Bravo.
Golf Zero, Bravo, November, Charlie.
Right, okay, Ron, evening to you, right, round to you, Falcon T8NRP in the group F4VRB.
G4FRB, G0AOZ returning. No, things are still not quite right here. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I'll need to go and investigate, see if the aerial's fallen down or something. It certainly was matching earlier today when I tested it, but it's not matching properly now at all. So I won't keep it too long. I'll bid you 73 and 73 to Mike. Hopefully catch you on 40 metres tomorrow evening if I can get the aerial sorted out in time. So I'll sign clear and wish everybody 73 and go and see if I can sort this out tomorrow. F4VRB, G0AOZ, 73.
Big signal to me, old man.
Roger, do you want to give me a report? Go ahead.
Yes, your report was 5 and 8 to 5 and 9 with me, and 5 and 8 to 5 and 9. I'm still not getting a proper match here, so it's still not right, but at least it's better now because I've retuned the matching unit. But 5 and 8 to 5 and 9 on the previous over, and 7-3, catch you tomorrow, hopefully.
Well, that 4VRB, yes, John, lovely big signal now. Before we were scratching around trying to copy you, and very, very difficult, but much, much better. So you're obviously on the way to sorting that out, Roger. Thanks so much indeed for coming up. 73 is due, and we look forward to working you tomorrow evening on 40. Right, back over to you, Mike, G0MJW, and then we'll pass it round to Ron. G0MJW in the group from F4VRB.
Yeah, okay, F4VRB, G0MJW. Must be odd conditions, I think. Okay, I probably won't be on tomorrow or for the rest of the week. So have a good week, and yeah, it's been raining all day. It's not been great here in the UK. Okay, F4VRB, G0MJW, over.
F4VRB, yeah, okay. If you're interested, at the weekend we're doing a contest from the Chepstow tower for the coast with the local club. I think I've sent the details to any of you that might be interested in this contest. But although the biggest contest is only on 2 metres and 30 steps, the one here is the daylight, so to speak. Anyway, sorry I won't hear you for the rest of the week, Mike. Maybe hear you next week. 73, thanks so much for coming up, and hopefully speak to you next week. G0MJW, now signing clear. Let's pass it round to G0BNC.
Mike 6 Alpha Whiskey Golf.
Golf 8 Delta Victor Kilo.
Right, Mike 6 Alpha Whiskey Golf and G8 DDK. Right, I just pass it to Ron because he was next in the line. G0BNC, are you copying F4VRB?
Fox 4, Victor Romeo Bravo, Golf 0 Bravo, November Charlie. Good evening to you, and Mike. And today, as I just heard, nice strong signal. I haven't been on too long, but I did hear Roger. This previous over was not very good. I couldn't hear what he was saying, and like you said, that the last over was quite strong. You know, on a par with Dave's and Mike's MJW's. Couldn't really tell what Malcolm was saying. Actually, I haven't been long been in. I've been taking the aerials down. I was doing some tests on them today, but I got waylaid doing putting weeds up because it's garden bin day, and like it's been indicated, it persisted down, and so I just had to go there in the wet and take the rest of it. I had it on a stand. I taken it down off the mast, and so I've just not long come in, and I thought I'd better see if the radio still works. It's nice to hear you. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to find you yesterday. I did look for a long time, but I didn't get it portable because I thought it was going to rain. Okay, I better keep it not to go on too long, like my normal self. So back to you then, Anne. Box 4, Victor Romeo Bravo, Golf 0 Bravo, November Charlie Group.
From S4VRB. Yes, nice to hear you run your good solid 5 and 9, no problem at all. Sorry you couldn't find us last night. We were up about 3:90, but it was a very busy evening. We worked probably the most stations we've ever worked from here on 2 meters, which was great fun. And a few members of the club, which was also good. But it was quite a busy evening. So trust everything's okay with you as well. And nice to hear you this evening. Right, let's pass it round to Mike 6 Alpha Whiskey Golf. Not sure whether I should know you or not. I don't know whether you remember the club. In case you're not, my name is Anne Alpha November. We're operating from Normandy, and we're members of the Harwell Amateur Radio Society. And when we're out here in the summer, we run a small competition for members of the club to encourage people to come on HF and VHF and have a natter. So you're very welcome, and maybe you can give me your details. Mike 6 Alpha Whiskey Golf for Foxtrot 4 Victor Romeo Bravo.
Yeah, good evening, Anne. Fox 4 Victor Romeo Bravo. I think that's correct, Anne. Good evening from central London. Crystal Palace is the location. About 12 kilometres southeast from Buckingham Palace. 2 palaces together, just to give you an idea where I am. My name is Mark Ann, Mike Alpha Romeo, Kilo, you're 5925. 5925, running the immense power of 10 watts at you, Ann. Antenna is a Delta Lima 7 Alpha Bravo, which is an end-fed jet. And radio India Charlie 781, big old black box from Icon that's probably heavier than the apartment that I'm actually operating from. 5925, Ann. Fox 4 Victor Romeo Bravo from M6 Alpha Whiskey Golf. Back to you, Ann.
Yeah, Mike 6 Alpha Whiskey Golf from Florida 4 Victor Romeo Bravo. Yes, okay, Mike. Lovely solid signal here, 5 and 9, no problem at all. We're running about 100 watts into a dipole, a trap dipole, which is strung merrily between a cherry tree and a barn in our house in Normandy. So a good signal here this evening. Nice to hear you all. Thanks very much indeed for coming up. Nice to hear you. And we'll pass it back round to the next member who's just joined us, and then we'll come back round the group. People keep coming and going, but it's quite good fun on the net. So thanks for joining us, Mike. Much appreciated. Mark, sorry. Can't. Right. I heard Mark, but I wrote down Mike. That's no good, is it? That's because the OM's name is Mike, I think. Right, let's pass it round to G8TVK. I don't know how you're copying, Dave. I'm sure you're a big signal. From S4VRB.
Yeah, just S4VRB and the group from G8TVK. And I think that must be too much wine, Anne. I hope you're copying me okay. I'm only running about 60-70 watts at the moment. Not putting the PA on because my main ATU, the balanced ATU, has failed. Which may explain why I was having problems on 40 metres. Looks as though the input balance has ceased. So I've gone to, that was a BT 1500, which is certainly capable of all the power you're likely to throw at it. That's a bit disappointing. And so I'm just using an AT2K now, which should be okay, but I'm a bit loath to put too much power through it. So hopefully you're copying me okay. I was copying Ron all right. Ron obviously 5 and 9, no problems at all. The Mark was 5 and 9, no problems, and I haven't heard anybody else as yet. So, lovely to hear you. Thank goodness I've been struggling literally, and trying to find out why we weren't getting out, why I wasn't getting a match and so on, and hey-ho, we found out that it's something peculiar in the ATU, so we'll have to play around with that. So, I'm not going to hold it too long. I'll put it back to you and make sure that you're copying me okay, for VRB and the group, JDVK.
Yeah, JDVK and the group from F4VRB. Oh, sorry to hear about the ATU. That's a bit of a nuisance, isn't it? I hope you get it sorted out. Yes, I think we'll put Monday down to experience, really, because the conditions really were very, very poor. But it sounds as if possibly Roger had a problem anyway. So Mike did manage to just about work him on 40 metres on Monday. So that was good. But now you're a lovely big signal here this evening anyway. Been quite a nice dry day here today. Rained a little bit this morning, but it's quite warm out here as well. I think the Gulf Stream isn't affecting us quite as much as it is you. So back up to Carl tomorrow. It's Radio Club JHI, and then getting ready for the big concert at the weekend. Right, let's pass it round to Ron. I think everybody else is fine. But Ron in the group and then back round to Mark. So Ron, G0BNC in the group with a small pause in case anybody else wants to join us from F4VRB.
Nothing here at my end. Fox 4, Victor, Romeo Bravo, Golf 0, Bravo, November, Charlie. Okay, that's a nice strong signal from David. You've got radio problems. I've been repairing in power supply today. We've had this son and grandson over the last few days. I took them back to the airport on Monday night. And so I didn't see any mail, so I didn't even know there was a contest on, so I don't know anything about the aerials yesterday. And I thought I'll quickly put the on the normal mast rather than straight portable chip. I couldn't get a better signal to you or hear you. And the thing wouldn't work, the pump, and then I dropped the pump and knocked the plastic off the top, and then I found out today the pump is taking about 7 amps, and the power supply was 5 amps, so it's dropping voltage, and it knocked out a cap, which I've repaired today. But then I docked the pump off the thing while I was looking at the voltages and stuff, and knocked the top off, and the little cooling, supposedly cooling thing on the pump, that's fixed on the top of the piston. I went to pump it up after I got another power supply, and the air was pouring out, and this plastic top is held on sort of little plastic thing that goes straight into the head. So I had to make a plate up, and eventually I sorted that out. But I listened for a long time, around about south, up and down. I found Jacques was an extremely strong signal last night, best I've ever heard him. Equally as strong as Gerard. I never found Gerard, and then obviously I never found you, which is a pity. I didn't have many contacts, so it was about 19, something like that. With about, I don't know, 8,000 bonus points, I think it was. So, not too good, but again, the SWR was very high, hence I've been playing with the antennas today, or looking at them. And then, let's say the gardening got in the way, and so I've had to take them down in the wet, unfortunately. There we go. So I'm a bit trippy, so that's nothing unusual. Fox 4, Victor Romeo Bravo, Golf 0 Bravo, November Charlie.
G6SRX?
We've been joined by G6SRX, hello, nice to hear you. Yes, okay, Ron, lovely solid signal right the way through, that's over. Very good indeed. Conditions obviously a bit better tonight on 80 metres. But yeah, sorry to hear about all your problems, and sorry you couldn't find us last night. It's very hard because we can't hear what's going on in the UK on 2 metres. But we managed fairly well. I say we worked 34 stations, which was quite good. Yes, Jack is back on the air after an absence of a couple of months. He's a very keen and very successful racing cyclist, and has been all over the place, including Andorra and down into Brittany and one thing another, taking part in competitions. I think he went to Italy, yeah, that's true. So, you know, he's been away for a bit, but he's back now for at least a couple of months. He came to a barbecue on Sunday lunchtime, and it was nice to catch up with him and Patricia, all the things that he's been doing, but he promised us he'd be back on the air. So Gerard is in the process of moving. Not sure whether he's taken his aerials down yet, but they're moving down to somewhere near Limoges. So I'll say that big signal you're not likely to hear too often again. But some of the other French in this area are starting to get the idea and come on. So that's really good. Right, let's pass it round to you, Mark. Sorry we're all wintering, but just catching up on one of those news. Mike 6, Alpha Whiskey Golf from Florida 4 Victor Romeo Bravo.
Yeah, it's okay, Anne. V4, Fox 4 Victor Romeo Bravo, M6 American Wire Gauge, Alpha Whiskey Golf returning. Everybody 5920, Anne. Just a slight discrepancy with frequency, Anne. And the last gentleman that you were speaking to, whose call sign I didn't quite catch, who's had the problem with the ATU, I think. I seem to be retuning. Are you, Anne, are you on 3.703.00? Is this the frequency that you're transmitting on? Over, Anne.
Yes, it is indeed. Roger, go ahead.
Yes, no, that's fine. You're okay, but then I have to retune to the gentleman that you were speaking to because he seemed low to me, and I couldn't ascertain as to, because you're quite narrow-banded to me, and I'm not really sure where you are. So I'm having to just to spin the dial a little bit, Anne, to clarify you. I think you're in Normandy. I think you said, sounding good, sounding busy there. It's been a pretty depressing day here in Crystal Palace, Anne, and the rain, driving rain has stopped, but the driving wind is starting, and I've just had a look at the weather, and they say that there is a chance of thunderstorms, so I'm going to close down and bring the antennas in because the wind's getting pretty severe here. So with that, I'll bid you farewell. Thanks for coming back to me, Anne. It's very kind of you. I'm only running low power here, but I'm delighted to have worked you there down in Normandy, if that's indeed where you are. Thanks, Anne. I appreciate it very much. I only run low power, so it's difficult for me. Fox 4, Victor Romeo Bravo from Mike 6, Alpha Whiskey Golf. All the very best, Anne, and the group, and thank you for coming back to my call. Thank you, Anne.
From SDRPlay, our pleasure, Mark. Nice to hear you on. Yes, get those aerials in before the storms come along, and it's been quite windy today, so yes, you don't want to get those blown away. But thanks for coming up. We'll be on and off on these frequencies over the next fortnight, so if you do hear us again, please join in. But thanks very much, and 73s to you. Right, I guess Anne's now got the microphone, so I won't pass it round to G8TVK. I'll pass it round to G6SRX. How you doing, Anne?
Hi, Anne. S4VRB in G6SRX. Fine, thank you. How are you going on? How did the barbecue go at the weekend? I hope it all went well. We certainly did miss it, I must say.
You sent me a picture, didn't you? I sent you a picture.
You did get a picture, I believe. So hopefully it went okay. G6SRX.
RSP2. Yeah, I thought I sent a link to the radio club page today, but that was very late last night, and I might not have done. I certainly intend to, but I'll have a check later. But there is a link to their page. It all went very well. We were persuaded by one of our best friends that we shouldn't have tables listed about all over the place. We should have one long single table with everybody sitting around it, which is what we did. Not one table, but about 4 tables all linked together. And it worked extremely well, and it's given me new ideas for next year. But they certainly enjoyed themselves, and I think it was probably one of the best ones we've ever done. Certainly they seem to enjoy it, and we've got some ideas for next year. But we had 16 amateurs, was it here? Yeah. 16 amateurs, I think, altogether, which was something of a record. And it was really good, really good. And Brian and Fran called in. They were on their way down to the mall, and they came and called in and helped enormously, which was great. And I hope they're having a good time down in the mall. I don't know whether they're listening tonight, but I haven't had a message from them if they are. So there we are. That's how we are at the moment. Anyway, hang on, I'm just having a look at the log here, which I'm definitely trying to keep up to date. Right, so M6AWG is signed. Just pass it back to you, Ron, for a final, and then pass it back down to Dave and Anne to wrap it up. So, the E0BNC in the group, RF4BRB.
Fox 4, Victor Romeo Bravo, Golf 0 Bravo, November Charlie. Very good evening to Anne. Nice strong signal, obviously, it's probably the same radio as Dave is using. Yeah, she mentioned about the wind. Yeah, I took the antennas down, and I've made a stand, quite a hefty stand. I totally went off. You may see the contest. It's a hefty thing. 3mm box section. And I was hoping I'd get portable. And then I can call. I don't like to disturb, power over there. If I keep calling, so I did go out on the 77, but I wasn't prepared properly. That was the last month. In the cloud, and the battery went on the computer, and couldn't see what I was doing, all the rest of the rubbish, and then Farmer couldn't see what I was doing, and but I went and saw her, and she actually told me where, just up the road, I could pull off. I went on her land anyway, so it makes no difference really. And I used that stand, but on that, and I had it on the stand today when I started doing the gardening. It's persisted in my rain. What I do, I took the rotary line, but leaned it against the fence, and you mentioned the wind, and even a line actually, and it was tilted at, I don't know, sort of nearly 45 degrees, I suppose, leaned against the fence, and that tipped that over when the gusts went. So yeah, it's been pretty windy as well as the rain. Hopefully by the weekend we should have some better stuff. Okay. Nice to catch you this evening, and I suppose I can go and look at all the rest of the jobs now. I just keep finding myself loads and loads of jobs to do. Never stops. I manage to keep breaking things, that's what it is. Okay. Wish you a very good evening, Anna Mike, and I'll try and get on the next time, whenever that is. I did write out a list, because it wouldn't print off. It was decided it wanted to print just the headers, so I wrote it out. I'll go and see when the next one is. Okay. Wish you a very good evening, and to Dave and Anne, and have a good evening from Golf 0 Bravo November Charlie, Whitney, West Oxfordshire.
GZBNC in the group from S4VRB. Can I just take a quick listen? I thought there was some very, very weak station there a minute ago. It might have been something else. So this is S4VRB, just listening. No, nothing heard at the moment from S4VRB. Okay, yes, okay there. Well, yeah, the weather hasn't been too special, I know. It was really lovely the first couple of weeks we had out here, but it's kind of deteriorated since then. And, but not really very wet. We really could do with some rain here, but haven't had very much at all. So there we are. Anyway, I'm not going to hold it. It's getting quite late out here. We'll just pass it back round to Dave and Anne, and then I think we're going to pull a plug on it. We seem to have had lots of late nights, so trying to get some early nights because we've got to do a lot of operating at the weekends and quite a bit of driving as well, HI, so it's going to be a busy old weekend. Hope some of you managed to come on at least on the Saturday when there's a 2-metre contest. Should be quite good fun. Right, so we pass it round to you, Dave or Anne, and see how the signal's holding up. So G8DDK or G6SRX in the group from S4VRB.
Yeah, 4VRB and from G8DVK. Okay, and a very good evening to Ron, and a very good night as well, if he's just signing. Okay, fine. Absolutely cracking signals this evening. I don't know if you've changed the antenna system at that end, but you're absolutely romping in here. And nice to know that you're copying me. So obviously propagation is really good. Trust the weather isn't too bad there either. It's an awful day here, quite high winds and so on. And of course with this aerial problem, the first thing you look at is the aerial. I thought, oh no, one leg of the balance feeder's broken or something, but it wasn't to be. So there we go. So, well, we'll look out for you further on, and enjoy yourself there. I guess, certainly, I've just picked up, by the way, that Mike sent me the link, and I can see there's a barbecue of Anne G8NVI and Mike G8CUL, and I like the way it's flashing up with the new entry. Very good. And obviously a goodly crowd of people there this time, which is really nice. I noticed from the shots you sent that it was one large, long table, and that obviously that seems to have worked very well. Okay, won't hold it with you then. Thanks very much for coming on, and I'm glad I managed to just about scrape on in time. And we'll look out for you on another evening. I don't know where Anne's gone now. If she's around, she'll say 7-3s in a second, but I'll find her. Wish you 7-3, and I'll look for you again from G8DVK.
From S4VRB, it's okay, Dave. I'm glad you've got those. I thought I sent it last night, but maybe I didn't. I was very tired last night. By the time we finished, I'd also been doing a lot of work on the RSPTU box. And so it had been a pretty busy day, one way and another. But anyway, John and Marion are out here. They're enjoying themselves and being out and about. Marion wasn't terribly special when she first arrived, but she's picked up now and is enjoying herself, which is brilliant. Anyway, 73 from us both. Thanks so much indeed for coming up. Hope 40 metres might be a bit kinder to us tomorrow night. And if not, there's always Friday back on 80, I suppose, HI. And maybe you'll be able to go on over the weekend. Should be quite a lot of activity because it's a big European contest as well. And so that might be fun if you've got the time. So 73 to you and thanks for coming up, and look forward to working you again tomorrow with a bit of luck. G8DVK in the group, which is now disappeared from S4VRB.
G6SRX, yes.
Hello, 73.
73, Anne. And look forward to seeing you whenever we can get together. Bye.
Yeah, 73 there, and I hope it's not too long. And as I say, your space is reserved, HI.
73, Anne.
Cheers, this is Florida for Victor Romeo Bravo, S4